Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 2022, the first review of 22, if you will. And today we've got a good one. It's been a while since I posted something. Got through the holidays of 2021, and now we're back on the old interweb. And I've got my first review of the year 2022. New music dropped my way, so here we are. So today we're going to talk about Json Lyles and the Legitimizers from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Jason's new live album is called On Live in the Library. Now this is a series that is done for local kind of NPR station 88.1 WUTC, and it's called Live in the Library. So this release came out January 7th of 2022. 8 tracks, and it runs 32 minutes and 38 seconds. Now, if you've never heard Jason's music, he's a singer-songwriter from Chattanooga, Tennessee. This cat has been in the game for quite some time, and if I had to pin him into a genre besides singer-songwriter, he has a vast amount of influences. Especially on this release, you're going to hear some Dave Matthews kind of influences. You'll hear some Crosby, Stills and Nash kind of stuff. You'll hear some 90s rock stuff. So he has a really, really, really broad spectrum of music. His catalog, so he does have a vast catalog of 5 or 6 albums, studio albums. So please go back, like I always say, and dig into an artist's catalog. So let's get into this. So like I said, this runs 8 tracks and is 32 minutes and 38 seconds. Now, typically Jason does a lot of shows acoustic, but this particular release is done with a band. It sounds like drummer, guitar, bassist, Jason playing acoustic guitar, and I think I hear a background vocalist. And for gear, to be honest, I'm not sure what Jason plays acoustic wise. I think it may be an Ibanez, looking at his Instagram, but I wasn't completely sure. Maybe he'll reach out, maybe not, I don't know. If you've seen Jason live, please comment below and let's talk about his gear. Excuse me for a second. You'll have to pardon me. I've been fighting this southern weather and my throat is a little crazy. So if I sound like a dying horse, I apologize. So anyways, let's talk my top 3 like we always do, since we talked about the artist a little bit. So my top 3 for me on this release is like right in the meat, in the middle of the album. So number 3 for me is going to be the 4th track on the album, and it is a song called Drain. Drain runs 4 minutes 13 seconds. It's a mid to slower tempo kind of jam, and I really like the lyrical content of it. I like the placement of it on the album. The album comes out really strong, really high tempo stuff, and then you get about middle ways, you get this jam that lowers the mood a little bit, which I think is really well placed in the set. I really like the lyrical content of this. If I had to genreize this song, it's a mid-tempo, it's got that, like, I don't really want to box him in. Listen to it, do yourself a favor. So that's my number 3 jam on the album, is the 4th song, and it's called Drain. My number 2 jam is a song called More Than You Bargained For. It is the number 5 jam on the album, and it runs 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Now, I like that they picked the pace back up in the set. I like the lyrical content, which Jason's a great songwriter, like I said. And what I really like is the staccato guitar intro on the track. That's what really grabbed my attention with it. And it keeps that kind of rhythm throughout the track. So, my number 2 jam off of this is called More Than You Bargained For. My number 1 jam. So, if I was going to hand you this and say, hey, this I think is the jam off of this, it's going to be a song called Expand. Now, I've listened, which is the number 3 track on the album, and it runs 4 minutes and 21 seconds. Now, I've listened to Jason's catalog for some time. I really enjoy his music. I can't remember if I've heard this before or not, but when I heard this for the first time on this live release, I really think that this is the best song on the album. This, to me, is some of his best writing, I feel. Musically, I like the off-tempo acoustic guitar rhythm that he's playing. So I think that this, to me, is one of the strongest, if not probably the strongest track. That's why I picked it for my number 1. So the song Expand, it's the number 3 song, runs 4 minutes, 21 seconds. Now, overall on my jam scale, as I always do, 1 jam being, please do not buy this, please do not listen to this, and 5 being, this is the greatest jam known to man, I have to give this like a 3.5 to a 4. Now, my reason being is sometimes the electric guitar gets lost a little bit in the mix, but I have noticed that varies from where I'm listening to it. And as some of you may know, I listen when I find an album. It's in the car, it's through the studio speakers, and it's through a Craftsman Bluetooth speaker around the house while I'm doing dishes or laundry or whatever. And I did find that at different times it sounded different. Currently streaming this through Tidal, not affiliated, just what I happen to be using today, and it sounds really well. But again, you can hear some of the mix get a little up and down. Probably not anybody's fault. It's cut live, and that's what happens. Live albums tend to do that. So, if I was going to hand you this and say start here with his catalog, I would say please dig into this guy's catalog. Independent artists are what make the world go round, and this is one of the better artists in the Chattanooga area. So please give his back catalog a listen. Give this a listen. Comment below. Hit the Patreon page. Subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Hit the bell. Send up smoke signals. Let me know what you think about it. And remember to stay safe and keep rocking. And music is love. And love is music. Until next time, we'll be seeing you.